Kang the Conqueror, Ant-Man 3's villain explained.
I am known as Kang the Conqueror. Welcome to your future.
Jonathan Majors has reportedly been cast as Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man and the Wasp 3. He will turn out to be the next big bad of the MCU in Phase 5. To understand the implications of this villain, we need to understand who he is. He could really cause a lot of trouble in the coming phases of the MCU. Kang is a time-traveling villain who only wishes to conquer. He uses future technology that he has salvaged from the worlds he took over. His armor is unbreachable and his technology usually turns out to be too advanced for the heroes. After conquering everything in the future, he uses Dr. Doom's experimental time travel tech to begin to travel through time and the dimensions. As he travels to the past, he first visits ancient Egypt and becomes Emperor Rama-Tut. He ruled for ages and had a hand in several events of the MCU's past. He was even responsible for the evolution of Marvel's first mutant, Ensaba-Nur, aka Apocalypse. And he even helped the Fantastic Four with their time travel. After Rama-Tut, we see his 20th century version, the Scarlet Centurion. As he met Dr. Doom, he designed a new armor to become the Scarlet Centurion. He actually made the Avengers fight an alternate reality version of themselves. If the Scarlet Centurion appears in the MCU, then he will be a part of the 21st century. Another version of Kang that exists in the present day is none other than Nathaniel Richards. He is the teenage version of Kang and he becomes the Iron Lad. He joins the young Avengers to stop himself from becoming the time-traveling villain in the future. Lastly, the man behind Kang's mask is actually Nathaniel Richards from the 31st century. He believes himself to be a descendant of Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. Kang's time travel may not work in the same way in the MCU as it does in the comics. That's because if Kang travels to the past in the MCU, then he will officially be creating a new timeline by conquering it. So it will be tricky for Marvel to actually use Kang because they cannot use him with traditional time travel rules. Endgame has already taught us that changing the past does not change the future. We believe that the city we saw within the quantum realm could be ruled by Kang. Residing in the quantum realm, he'd have easy access to all the time vortexes and the entire multiverse. And since Kang has multiple versions, we might see them in different timelines. Ultimately, Kang could also be the one causing the multiverse of madness with all the timelines that he creates. Let's wait and see how the MCU will handle Kang.